Tonight we have a XC40 in white with the blonde interior. And the reason we're talking about a 2024 XC40, this one B5, 247 horsepower, 50,600. You do have the upgraded for 1475 extra 20-inch wheels. You do have Harman Kardon for $800. Climate package, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, heated rear seats. Oh, I guess I'm locked out now. Yep, left it running. But anyways, so this one's 50,000. But some of them, this is a plus mid trim. Some of them, why did I do that again? There we go. Interesting thing, it has the crystal shifter, which should be only available on the Ultimate, but it is available for whatever reason on the pluses, and I unlocked it. I don't know why. Sometimes it does. I've noticed that with XC40s, where for whatever reason it is not unlocking, which is very interesting. It takes a couple times for whatever, unless the settings. I'm very curious about this because, whoops, controls, locking, all doors. Sometimes it could be that. That's so strange. Let's try and open it from the rear. There we go. Okay. Now we got it. I don't know. I've noticed that. Comment down below if you've noticed that with XC40s. You've got your heated seats down there, down below. You have a fair amount of space. But the reason we're talking about this is not for the car itself today, but it's for the deal. And what's the deal? Well, we'll talk about that. Because with the pluses, you're getting a little bit more equipment. You're getting the panoramic, where with the cores, you won't get that. But there's a specific reason I'd choose a plus. And there's a specific reason I'd choose a core. So me personally, I would choose a core because I don't care about the panoramic. I care about the deal, and I'm a big guy. As you can see, I'm 6'3". I sit up straight. I'm kind of hitting my head. There we go, take off the hat. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. It's fine, I'm okay. There's also the visibility aspect where sometimes, since I'm sitting kind of close relatively, and I'm such a big guy, my field of view is much higher, and if there's lights, I will have to kind of duck down like that. So not the greatest comfortable car for a really big guy, but I fit in it. That's the big thing. So I would try and get as much room as possible instead of having this and, kind of, it takes away 2 inches. I don't want that. Give me the non-panoramic core, which is base, but I don't care about some of this stuff. Harman Kardon, it's nice, but if I'm looking for the deal, compared from a 50,000 MSRP car to something that at the very minimum, we're talking about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 less, because yes, it won't have the $800 for Harman Kardon. It won't have the $1,475 for the ribs. It won't have the trunk spoiler for $300. I could not care about the trunk spoiler or the all-weather floor mats, the protective equipment. Who cares? I don't have all-weather floor mats in my current vehicle. They're nice, but if you're looking at the cheapest, the basest car you could get, we're talking about a huge difference. We're talking about a car that could be, MSRP 42. And last month, when we had Costco incentives going, Costco went away, but Costco always comes back once to 2 times a year. And with that, you could get, if you qualified for everything, down to $37,000. That would have been the cheapest Volvo you could have gotten yourself. As long as you don't care about a couple small details here and there, I could care less. Give me the base model for $37,000. If you qualified for Costco, $1,000. If you did have loyalty, which I do, because we do have a Volvo in the household. If you have either A plan or affinity, affinities, if you're a healthcare worker, first responder, active duty military, police, teachers, all of that, you get 500, or A plan, where if it's one of 3,000 corporations and growing, there's a lot of corporations out there. Today I just had a client that worked for Mars. She was out there. Obviously you have the big corporations like Google and KPMG, and I don't know, there's just a bunch of corporations that we've seen, some of them super random. You never know. And if your company's not on there, you can have your HR department reach out and you could potentially get that $500. And it's also a nice benefit for them to list for future employees. But anyways, with that, we're talking $37,000, $5,000 to $6,000 of incentives and rebates, which is huge. Now, Costco did go away, so you can't get down to $37,000 anymore, but you can still take a core to kind of $40,000, and if you do negotiate, you could probably get $39,000, or if you're an employee, get a nice employee deal. But there will be incentives that are changed. Volvo changes each month. So in the summer, there's a possibility when the new generations come out, there could, with Costco again, you might be able to get close. Or, hey, if not now, you can plan for next time, December, where the deals will be absolutely amazing. $37,000, although at that time the EX30 will have come out, and the rear-wheel drive version will be the cheapest Volvo yet, which that is supposed to be $34,995. That's insane. And I can't wait for the days that those go on sale with the incentives and rebates and everything, because potentially, and we're not talking about taxes and registration. Yes, you have to include taxes on top and all of this. But with everything is said, you're going to have a car that in the future is $35,000. You might be able to get for $30,000 for, especially the electrics, because of the $7,500 lease rebate. You might get even luckier. You might get it for $26,000, $25,000. Now that's the super base model. Most dealerships will not have the base. You're always going to have, heated seats, large ribs, something, because most people, let's face it, they don't want a super base car. But if you're looking for the deal, it's a deal of a lifetime right there. Despite me not particularly loving the XC40, because I wish I had a little bit more room, and it's not the most aggressive looking car and whatnot of Volvo's lineup, I'd take an XC40. I would take a core just for that deal, because now you're talking about potentially, leasing a car for well under $500 a month. I think when that deal was going on, you could have gotten it like $430 a month or something like that with zero down. Crazy. And I'm sure, if you really went hard, you could probably go a little bit crazier, but with MSDs and whatnot. So right now, even though you're still not going crazy with these incentives and rebates, the percentages changed. For leasing, the money factors have changed. They've gotten better. For purchasing, the special financing has dropped by 2 points, which is huge. So even though, yes, you lost some rebates, if for financing, if you're going, 60, 72 months, that could be a nice impact. So rates are generally falling down from where they were 6 months ago. And it's a great time to start looking at potentially purchasing right now. A lot of people are going crazy. The economy's actually doing better than people are expecting it to. Yes, we're still in tough times, because who's impacted the most is people our age, the 25 to 35 range. You're still looking for first-time jobs. You're going through this crazy time where it's impossible for us to purchase houses. Yeah, there's a reason why people are still depressed. But it's not the recession yet. It hasn't happened yet. So it is an economy that's a little weird, but generally people are starting to spend more. And with that, the manufacturers have got a little bit better. They said, okay, well, we see it's improving. Here's special financing that beats the treasury rates right now. So it's crazy. It beats credit unions. XC40, would I buy this car? 100%. Would I buy it for my wife? 100%. Although she didn't want one. She wanted the S90. Because with that S90, some person asked, why did you get that car when you're going through bankruptcy? First of all, it's not my car. It's my wife's car, separate finances. But also, it was the deal. It's a plus. Would I have loved an Ultimate? Yeah, but it was the only thing we had. And we compared an XC60, a base XC60, to a well-equipped S90. And guess what? The XC60 with less equipment, you'd get the same lease rates and payments and whatever as the S90. So which one of those two would you take? A base XC60 or a decently equipped S90 that stands out, that has its presence, that for the same payment? Of course, if you're shopping the deal, you'd grab the S90, and that's what we did. We took the S90. We are deal payment buyers, right? We went for a good deal, and it made sense. It worked out very well. If I didn't go through bankruptcy right now, I am driving my wife's Volkswagen, but that thing right now has higher interest and higher payments, way higher payments. It's more expensive than the S90, which is shocking because of the bankruptcy, because of my bad credit. But if I had good credit, oh yeah, I would swap that thing for a new Volvo. Why? Because you have 3 years of free maintenance. You have 4-year warranty, where now the Passat is out of warranty. I did purchase a service contract, but soon that service contract is only up to 75,000 miles. Soon I will pass 75,000 miles, and I will have no coverage. Not that it's a huge thing. I was driving used cars all my life, but for the deal, for the numbers, just looking at the payments, well, for a fraction of the price that I'm paying for a 2020 Passat, I'd be able to get into a new 2024 car that's everything set for the next 3 years. And generally speaking, I think it is better quality. Not to rag on the Passat. It's a great car. I'm very happy to have a car. It's better than taking a bike. But there's certain things, it's a very base car, right? So it is what it is. Anyways, you don't necessarily always get the best deal with new cars, but in this economy right now, at least with Volvo, you are certainly getting a better deal when you go new. Not all brands, not all manufacturers will be like that, but with Volvo right now it is. When I worked at Infiniti, they did not have a lot of incentives. They didn't care if you were a first responder. COVID, great, whatever, you're not getting $500. We would actually price cars at MSRP, sometimes over MSRP, market adjustments and whatnot. Here, you are fine. You are getting a good deal. So just wanted to make this little video. XC40, not my top pick, but I would certainly pick it for $30 a month and for $37,000. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like that, because the calculations have changed, the incentives have changed. But even now, you could still pick this up for 40 grand. Now, if you're looking outside of Volvo for 40 grand, there might be better options out there. But if someone's a Volvo fanatic, if they've been looking for a safe car, it is a pretty nice choice. Now, one thing I did want to show you is a used XC40 here that I actually took in on trade from one of my clients. Look at that. It kind of looks like the Sonic Blue from S60R that we had. So I will park it and let's take a look. This one also had, I believe, Harman Kardon on. This one was an R design. This one's a T5. One thing you can notice is the black top. So they don't do that anymore. But that was kind of a special for R designs. I think you had the nubuck leather mixed with the normal leather. Pirellis. Look at that beautiful blue. Compared to the white, which the white further away looks actually kind of grayish a little bit, but it is. So anyways, just wanted to go through that little deal with you guys. Would you buy it for the deal? Yeah, 100%. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy, subscribe.